Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. Today is Thursday, October 25th, and we have UFC Fight Night 138 from Canada coming up this weekend. And we're going to take a look right now at the main card from a betting and odds perspective with our regular returning guest, Andreas Hale, MMA and boxing expert odds analyst. Andreas Hale, thanks for being back with us one more time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, there's a bunch of fights that I'm looking at here on the main card where I think I might be seeing some betting value, maybe some edges. Not 100% sure, though. We'll see what you have to say about it. First fight, let's start with the main event. Anthony Smith against Oezdemir. Oezdemir, you know, very impressive fighter, a lot of strengths, but not without his faults, right? Not without some flaws to his game. But I think we would say the same thing about Anthony Smith, right? Clearly an imperfect fighter at this point in his career. Clearly has some holes to his game, a flawed fighter, but definitely some strengths. And I'm not totally 100% seeing why Oezdemir should be this big of a favorite. He was around minus 160 a few days ago, now up closer to 170 or 180. Obviously, the market thinks this fight is going to not go the distance. It's scheduled for 5 rounds. The total is 1.5. The fight not going the distance is like minus 900. Going the distance is like plus 600. So pretty clearly, we're going to see a finish here. So you don't get a lot of extra value by taking one of these guys to win inside the distance as opposed just to win outright. But I'm thinking that Smith, you know, to win this fight around plus 150 or maybe inside the distance at plus 180 might have some value. Oezdemir, an impressive fighter, but I think maybe some of his wins recently come with a little bit of an asterisk, right? And Smith shouldn't be this big of a dog. What do you think, Andreas?
I agree with you 100%. I look at Anthony Smith's career and what he's done at light heavyweight, and he's been very, very impressive. Stopping fighters left and right. Granted, it was Mauricio Shogun Hua and Rashad Evans, but they were still knockouts. Oezdemir, on the other hand, lost to Daniel Cormier. He beat Jimmy Manuwa in a minute, but then you kind of look at the rest of his record. It's not shining that bright to make me say that he should be this big of a favorite. So when I look at that, I look at the type of fight this is, two guys like stand and bang. Anything can happen, but for the value, I like Anthony Smith.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Andreas. I was thinking maybe the finishes of Manuwa and Cirkunov maybe a little bit fluky. And what do you think about taking Smith, if you want to taking him inside the distance? Obviously, market expecting an early finish here, and very unlikely this fight goes the distance. Do you think there's any way that Smith could win, but wins by decision going 5 rounds?
I doubt it. I look at these two guys, and I look at a 5-round fight with two guys with heavy hands and great kicks and knockout ability. I don't see any way it goes 5. But I like the value of Smith entering inside the distance because there's just a little bit more value there. Two guys hit like heavyweight.
Yeah. Smith inside the distance right now at 5 dimes is plus 179. The best line for Smith market wide just to win outright is plus 158 at Pinnacle. You want to make this an official pick, Andreas Hale?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to take Anthony Smith, and I'm going to take him inside the distance.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. The value is there. The guy he's got a lot of momentum behind him. Oezdemir said a little bit fluky here and there, so I'm going to take Smith here as a lock.
All right, Andreas Hale is going to take Smith inside the distance at plus 179. I like Smith as well, but I think I am going to take him at plus 158 just because on the off chance that Smith wins, but it goes to decision, and I have to eat a loss where I would have had a big underdog win with the win on that one. I'll be supremely frustrated. So, you know, there probably is a little bit extra value taking Smith inside the distance at plus 179. But for my official record, I'll just take Smith to win at plus 158, current line at Pinnacle, and Andreas Hale is going to go official with Smith inside the distance at plus 179. All right, now let's move on to the next fight, which is an interesting one, right? Artem Lobov against Michael Johnson. You know, Michael Johnson is a guy who looks dominant and elite when he wins, but he's very inconsistent, and he's a massive favorite here. Lobov, I don't know. He has some real talent. He's obviously, going to be at a big disadvantage here as far as his reach is concerned, as far as his ability is concerned, but he's not without talent, and you're getting a huge underdog line here. I guess this is probably going to be a pass for me, but is there a chance that Lobov has any value here at, let me quote the best line right now, plus 475 would be the best line at BetOnline and Heritage. What do you think, Andreas?
There's absolutely value here. I mean, you look at what Michael Johnson's done in the last few fights. He hasn't been impressive. He's won his last fight. I believe that's against Andre Fili. He lost 3 in a row. He beat Dustin Poirier, which shocked a lot of people. But then he had lost to Nate Diaz and Dale Delarius before that. So you look at Lobov. He's nothing outstanding, but he's a very formidable opponent. He went the distance with Cub Swanson in an exceptional fight. He's got great hands. Pretty good takedown defense. And Michael Johnson tends to fall in love with his striking style. So you're looking at a fight here where Johnson could fight Lobov's fight and end up losing some fluky split decision. So if you look at it like that, at plus 475, it's a dart throw. Like, why not take the chance?
Yeah, I mean, Lobov clearly has a lack of physical gifts in general, I guess you would say. That kind of puts a ceiling on what he can do. But Johnson, with all of his inconsistencies, why is Johnson so huge of a favorite here?
I don't know. He steps in on short notice. He hasn't been able to prepare for Lobov like Lobov hasn't been prepared for him. I guess I'm going to assume that Johnson will go back to his wrestling roots maybe. Maybe you look at you overvalue Dustin Poirier victory, but I can't see it. I don't see that huge of a favorite. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. I'm not quite sure how to handle this one. I'm not even sure. Do you think there's likely to be a finish here or likely to go the distance? Right now, the market a little uncertain as well. Right now, the fight going 3 rounds, minus 145 at 5 dimes. So a slight favorite there. Fight not going the distance, plus 115. As far as the total here, what do you think is more likely, Andreas?
I'm looking at the over here. I'm looking at this fight going the distance. Since Lobov has come into the UFC, outside of the Ultimate Fighter, he stopped nobody. All of his fights has gone to decision. Michael Johnson's got a pretty sturdy chin, but given that Lobov doesn't have great knockout power and Lobov doesn't get knocked out either, see this thing going the distance.
All right. Well, Johnson, again, is like minus 600. But if you want to take a shot with Johnson by decision, it's just minus 104 right now at 5 dimes. I'm not sure how I personally want to handle this fight. You want to make any official picks on this one, Andreas Hale, or is it going to be a pass for you?
It's going to be a pass, but I'm leaving heavy towards Lobov. I don't trust judges, and in a fight like this, I think Lobov can squeeze one out and you get lucky and cash out. But for me personally, I won't make an official pick. It's a pass.
Okay, now let's talk about Cummins, Patrick Cummins, and Misha Cirkunov. And this is a fight where I'm thinking, you know, as you know, Andreas, and you're the same way, we're very, very careful about taking big favorites in MMA. We're very loath to do that. But I'm looking at this one, and I'm just thinking Cirkunov has the big advantage here. Cummins has proven who he is. You know, he's a guy who's competitive against lower-tier fighters, but stepping up in class, he is almost always outclassed and outmatched, and that looks like what is the situation that we're looking at right here. I'm liking Cirkunov. I wish I could figure out better whether it's likely to come inside the distance or by decision so I could get a better line. But maybe just taking Cirkunov at minus 450, Misha at minus 450 might be the best way to bet this one. What do you think? Does Misha have some value even at minus 450?
It's tough. He's a favorite, just like Michael Johnson is a favorite, but I think he's more rightfully so the favorite
definitely.
In this fight.
Yeah.
But I think there's more value here taking him by inside the distance. What are we looking at with that line?
All right, let me find it. See, that's what I was thinking. And a lot of times when you do have a big favorite and you want to bet him, but you just don't quite want to pull the trigger on a minus 5. I completely agree with you. I think Cirkunov does have value here at minus 450, but I don't want to necessarily pull the trigger on it. Let's see. Cirkunov, Misha inside the distance, minus 172, and Misha by decision, plus 368. So the market definitely thinking that Misha inside the distance, much, much more likely. Minus 172 inside the distance, Misha by decision, plus 368, only scheduled for 3 rounds. Tough one. The market got us on this one, Andreas Hale. What'd you say?
Misha finishes a lot of his opponents, pretty much all of them. So I'm gonna have to go with finish here. I know it's a heavy favorite line, but I like Cirkunov. Patrick Cummins has been finished in the past, so I'm gonna take Cirkunov inside the distance. That's a lot for me.
Inside the distance at minus 172. All right, so Andreas Hale is going to take Misha inside the distance at minus 172, and I don't like to do this, and I hope this doesn't come back to bite me, but I have a pretty successful record overall in MMA. I'm just going to take Misha to win. Misha to win. I'm going to lay the huge number right now. The best line shopping here at SBR Odds, Bet365 and Pinnacle both have minus 450, so I'm going to take it. Misha minus 450, unless Cirkunov gets, unless he gets injured. At some point during this fight, which of course is a possibility. Can happen all the time. I think there's value with him. I think he gets a win here relatively easily. Andreas Hale is going to take Misha inside the distance, minus 172. I hope I don't burn myself here. Taking Misha to win at minus 450. All right, now let's move on to the next fight. Andre Sukmantat against Jonathan Martinez, and this is one of these fights where Martinez has looked good, but he's clearly stepping up in class here, right? So Andre has a questionable record recently, and he might not even be a UFC caliber fighter, but clearly the level of competition that he's fought is just way above what Martinez has fought so far in his career. But Martinez is now a dog. with upward momentum. Maybe he is on Andre's level, and Martinez has some value as an underdog. That's what I'm thinking about. It's just a little bit hard for me to eyeball what the talent discrepancy here might be or might not be. What's your take on this one, Andreas?
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
You look at Andre's record. He fought Sean O'Malley in his last fight and went the distance. A lot of people thought that O'Malley would blow him out. That did not happen. But does that make him an elite fighter? No, it doesn't. So the question is, what is the talent discrepancy? Is it their value in Martinez as the underdog? I'm going to have to pass on this because I'm not exactly sure. I watched these two fight, and I just can't see a significant favorite, and I can't necessarily see Martinez pass victory. So I'm going to lay off of it. But there might be some value there, but I'm going to wait because I don't think Andre's that good of a fighter.
Yeah, I mean, from what I know of Martinez, what I've seen of him, he's talented, but he definitely looks very hittable, and it's just a little, and he hasn't fought that much, so I'm just not sure exactly how to assess his current talent and his current ability relative to Andre. Maybe Andre inside the distance. You think Andre is going to try to revive his career by getting an eye-opening finish here, and maybe Andre inside the distance might be worth a shot. That line would be plus 258. Big underdog line there.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to win. Like, if he loses, he's out of the UFC. Right. I think he's trying to win by any means necessary. So there could be a stoppage, but if the going gets tough, I think he might have to wrestle him.
Yeah, and the market is certainly expecting this to go to the distance. The total is 2.5 rounds. The over is minus 230. The under is plus 190. And looking based on how hittable I believe Martinez is, from what I know of him and from what I've read of him and what I've seen of him, a finish is not out of the question here. But I guess for right now, it'll be a pass for me. Going to be a pass for you as well?
Definitely a pass.
Okay, next fight on the card is that we're going to analyze here: Ed Herman against Villante. Villante is a big favorite, in the minus 200s right now. Obviously, too slow and plodding veterans. What do you think here? Is there any value, any way to bet this fight?
It should be a Villante win. I think the line is spot on here. However, it's a weird fight. Ed Herman's one of those guys that can pull out a victory at any given moment and surprise the hell out of you. So I'm going to stay away because Villante's just not terribly impressive. He doesn't hold a distinct speed advantage. His technique is solid, but not overwhelming. So it could be a close fight. I'm going to stay away from this one.
Yeah, my sense on this one is that, these guys are so slow and plodding, but also so vulnerable to getting hit. It's like there's either going to be like a finish in the first 2 minutes or it's going to go the distance. And, I feel like I want to take a shot with Villante, but I'm not sure what the most likely outcome is to reduce the favorite line. And I'm just not sure that it's worth it at minus 245 or wherever the line is right now. Do you agree with my assessment that there could easily be a fight, an ending inside the first 2 minutes? Or the fight could easily go the distance as well?
Oh, absolutely. These two guys have been stopped before. I mean, I'm sure they're going to want to put on the show on this night and leave each other. They leave each other open a lot. They can get hit by counters. So this thing can inside the distance, but I'm not going to bet on it because the fight can also stink.
Yeah, it's just such a weird fight. The total actually over 2.5 rounds is plus 150. So it feels like both fight not going the distance at minus 225 has some value, and the fight going the distance at plus 175. I could see both of those. You think that the fight going the distance at plus 175 or the over 2.5 at about plus 150 or so might be worth a shot?
Plus 175 is a lean for me because again, these guys can stink it out, have the crowd booing, and just go to the final bell. So that's very possible.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that one as well. A lean to the fight going the distance at plus 175 and Villante by decision plus 262. That's interesting as well, isn't it, Andreas Hale?
Very much so, and that makes me tempted, but I'm not going to pull the trigger.
That is very tempting. Villante inside the distance is just plus 111. I mean, if these guys both get tired out, you might see two incredibly boring rounds in rounds 2 and 3, and then who knows? It goes to the card. You might be in a nice spot having a bet on Villante by decision at plus 260. I'm going to hold off on that one for now as well. And now let's go to the last fight on the main card that we're going to discuss here. Court McGee against Alex Garcia. Both these welterweights very powerful and come in great condition. Fight probably goes the distance though. I'm not exactly sure what to make of these odds. Alex Garcia as a decent sized favorite. McGee, of course, someone you want to root for, right? MMA saved his life. Former drug addict. Maybe the game has passed him by, though. Maybe he's a little bit too old now to have a great career ahead of him. But tempting to root for him as an underdog. What do you think is the likely outcome here?
The likely outcome is Alex Garcia with a win here. Court McGee,
Yeah.
ever since he won the Ultimate Fighter, he just hasn't picked up where he should have been. And people expected him to be pretty good, but he's subpar. And a guy like Garcia is a guy who can get a finish at any given moment. He's alternated wins and losses, and I just think he has a distinct advantage technique-wise against Court McGee. Court McGee has a ton of heart. Like you said, easy to root for in his background, but don't let your heart get in the way at this point. Go with Alex Garcia here.
You think so? You want to make that an official pick? Right now, the best line would be at BetOnline -185.
Yes, I'm going to make that official.
All right, so Andreas Hale going with Alex Garcia at -185. So the official plays that we've given so far: Andreas Hale, Smith inside the distance at -179. Misha inside the inside the distance at +179. Misha inside the distance at -172, and Alex Garcia to win at -185. I've given Smith to win +158. Misha to win any which way at -450, and I do have a bunch of leans that I guess as of right now I'm going to hold off on, but maybe in the Loshak in the Bag shows today and tomorrow, I'll add some of my leans as official plays. Andreas Hale, thanks so much once again. Talk to you very soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.